wanna know what's really going on, search for the answers and question it all. Turn your televisions off, cause you're being brainwashed. Brainwashed, brainwashed. If you wanna know what's really going on, search for the answers and question it all. Turn your televisions off, cause you're being brainwashed. Brainwashed, brainwashed.
What's going on, everyone? Thank you for coming back to another broadcast over here at the Ellis Network. Now, guys, yesterday, well, actually last night, around 7 o'clock, there's been information that came out of the White House. South Korea has come out and said that Kim Jong-un and North Korea is willing to denuclearize their country and have talks with President Trump. Okay, let's go ahead and listen to it.
I told President Trump that in our meeting, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un said he is committed to denuclearization, and he expressed his eagerness to meet President Trump as soon as possible.
Alright, guys, that was Chung Eui-yang. He was South Korea's national security advisor. He brought out last night around 7 o'clock Eastern at the White House about this news. Now, there's been a lot of people rejoicing. There's a lot of people worried. And I'll be honest, I'm one of the guys I'm happy to see that this is happening, but also at the same time, I'm being very skeptical. And I'll show you guys why here right now.
We are going to begin with this surprise announcement tonight at the White House. The president has accepted an invitation to meet with the North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. Chip Reed has the latest.
It all began with a surprise visit by the president to the White House briefing room, where he told stunned reporters South Korea is going to be making a huge statement tonight on a big subject, on North Korea. Shortly after 7 p.m., South Korea's national security advisor came to the microphones outside the West Wing after meeting with President Trump and told reporters what North Korean leader Kim Jong-un told him earlier this week.
North Korean leader Kim Jong-un said he is committed to denuclearization. Kim pledged that North Korea will refrain from any further nuclear or missile tests.
He also said that Kim Jong-un expressed his eagerness to meet with President Trump as soon as possible, and he told reporters how President Trump responded to that invitation.
President Trump appreciated the briefing and said he would meet Kim Jong-un by May to achieve permanent denuclearization.
But he also made clear that when dealing with North Korea, skepticism is in order.
The Republic of Korea, the United States, and our partners stand together in insisting that we not repeat the mistakes of the past.
And Chip, the White House has just released a statement. What can you tell us about that?
Well, I can tell you, Jeff, there's some daylight between what the White House and the North Koreans are saying. You'll recall the North Korean leader said that he wanted to meet in May, but White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders said they want to meet at a place and time to be determined. So again, skepticism is the watchword here.
All right, guys, so as you guys can see that, yes, there are some skepticism. There's been things that happened in the past. If you guys heard at the end, they said mistakes from the past. And what they're talking about is the last time that the North and the South has met was back in 2007, which I didn't know that until today. So again, you educate yourself, you learn something new every day. But again, guys, I brought out in my last video about North Korea asking, are they really going to give up their nukes? And I think that they're going to, stop making their nukes. I think they'll try to denuclearize. But it's going to be interesting to see what they do with the nukes that they already have. We know North Korea, they're known for urban trench war, tunneling, wondering how many nuclear warheads that they may actually have stockpiled and hidden from America, where America or South Korea don't even know about. And very well, this could be, again, guys, I said skepticism. We need to think about, the whole ideology of North Koreans. Kim Jong-un, he was born into the ideology of Americans being the devils and Satanists. Children nowadays, they go to school learning how to hate America. So, that's very troubling. But also, I want you guys to understand that, this could be a good thing. We've seen over the Olympics just a couple weeks ago, North and South, they unified in the march, and that was a great thing. My opinion, I think it was great. You know, if this goes through, you know, I would really like to see the Korean Peninsula actually be unified again, but that's going to be a long road, guys, because you have Kim Jong-un, who's the leader of the North, and then you have Moon, who is the leader of the South. You know, it's going to be interesting once they start talking about unifications, is who's going to take lead of the nations. Are they going to do it like a split, like a president vice president type deal, where Moon and Kim, but who's going to be president, who's going to be vice? You know, so I mean, they've been split for, you know, 60 years now. You know, they both have their own ideologies. Like I said, it's going to be very, very interesting. Let's go ahead and get into another video where CNN is bringing out the last time that North and the South has met. And guys, I understand. A lot of you guys are, you know, very anti-CNN and may not even want to listen to me because I'm bringing the information to you guys. But, you know, I'm basically compiling a bunch of reports from a lot of different places, not just CNN. And basically they're all coexisting with one another. So I'm not trying to spread fake news or false news. I'm just trying to bring you guys information from all over the place into one area. So let's go ahead and hop into that video.
Until recently, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un's rule has been largely defined by military escalation, missile launches, nuclear tests, proving North Korea's military might, proving that it's a nuclear power. But now we're seeing a decisive shift on the part of Kim Jong-un towards diplomacy. It started with the Olympics, and now we're hearing about a potential historic presidential summit along the demilitarized zones. South Korean President Moon Jae-in meeting with Kim Jong-un in Panmunjom, the peace village where those inter-Korean talks kicked off in January. This will be a historic moment, a significant moment, the first time that Kim Jong-un has met with South Korea's president, the first inter-Korean presidential summit since 2007. But history has shown us that these periods of engagement have often been followed by confrontation. It was just 3 years after that summit in 2007 that North Korea was accused of sinking a South Korean naval ship, killing 46 South Korean sailors. Now, Kim Jong-un's strategy is to engage with Seoul and to try to drive a wedge between Seoul and Washington. Because what his ultimate goal is, by offering the prospect of denuclearization, is to eliminate the U.S. military presence on the Korean Peninsula. North Korea has justified its development of nuclear weapons as a response to the looming threat of the United States. They feel that nuclear weapons will protect them from invasion. So what North Korea wants is for an end to joint military exercises and for the reduction and eventual elimination of U.S. forces in South Korea. That is highly unlikely to happen unless there's a dramatic shift in American policy, which means that these talks, while historic, are really unclear what they're actually going to accomplish.
Alright guys, so you just heard the article from CNN. That was from CNN International. They talked a little bit about the past meetings, how South Korea and North Korea had a meeting back in 2007, and shortly after they're putting blame on South Korea for sinking one of their Navy ships, where 46 sailors has perished. Alright guys, so anyways, I'm going to show you guys another clip here, and again, it's from CNN, and it's from, I really hate that I'm putting them on here, but it's from Jim Acosta, Wolf Blitzer, and they have an article, an interview with Rex Tillerson, and what Rex Tillerson is saying, that he is still very diligent on a diplomatic solution. We talked about this months ago, where Rex said he wasn't going to stop until the first bomb dropped, and he's letting it be known that the military is still very active over there, and they will still be on high alert. Just because we have news of this meeting that's not going to happen until at least May, that the military is not going nowhere. It's going to stay over there. They're going to stay vigilant and not give up, because just in case, you know, again, skepticism of what happened in the past. Here, let's go ahead and listen to it.
A bit of a policy update on North Korea from the Trump administration, Wolf. It's pretty significant here. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson told folks earlier today at the Atlantic Council here in Washington that the Trump administration is ready to sit down for talks with North Korea without preconditions. That's a pretty important development, because earlier the Secretary of State had said that the U.S. was open to talks with North Korea if they were ready to talk about getting rid of their nuclear weapons program. That is no longer the case. Secretary Tillerson said that they can talk about the weather, they can talk about the shape of the table for negotiations. Here's how he put it earlier today.
We're ready to talk anytime they'd like to talk. But they have to come to the table, and they have to come to the table with a view that they do want to make a different choice. In the meantime, our military preparedness is strong. Because of the situation, the President has ordered our military planners to have a full range of contingencies available, and they are ready. As I've told people many times, I will continue our diplomatic efforts until the first bomb drops.
All right, guys. So you guys heard most of the skepticism. You guys obviously have seen a lot of the interviews that's been going on within this subject. Now I'm going to go ahead and leave the video there. I'm going to play one more clip from you guys, and this is from Korean Americans from LA, and then they have one individual from South Korea, I believe, that lives in South Korea, and they talk about it, and it talks about how they're hopeful. One thing I want you guys to understand, though, when we watch the last guy speaking in Korean, living in South Korea, this is just one person. All right, I don't think this one person is going to speak for the whole nation. If you guys remember during the Olympics, if any of you guys were following the news in the Olympics, not the the scores of the teams and all that, but there has been protests going on in Seoul, South Korea, and not just there, but a lot of places in South Korea. They were protesting the idea of a unified Korean peninsula. They were burning the North Korean flags. So I'm going to go ahead, like I said, I'm going to leave the video at that. I'll put this clip up, let you guys watch it. Drop a comment in the section. Let me know what you guys think about it. Let me know if you guys are cool with this. If you guys, I understand everyone should be cool with this, but let me know if you guys have any thoughts, any, fears. Let me know where you're coming from. I'll be gladly to listen to you guys. All right, you guys have a good day, and I will see you guys later.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing that they're meeting up, but I really hope that it goes down to the point where Trump still supports South Korea, and that North Korea they speak to us about what they're actually thinking, considering their nuclear technology.
I hope they could definitely reach a deal about the nuclear program going on in North Korea.
I think right now it's just testing the waters to see if it's possible at all. But I'm hoping that they're taking this very seriously because it'll be a very big step.
한반도 통일 노력에 대해서 한국과 미국의 양갈래가 아닌 한 목소리를 내줘서 정말 감사하게 생각하고 한국 사람으로서 대한민국 사람으로서 트럼프 대통령에 대해서도 용기 있는 결단 결과는 어떻게 될지 모르겠지만은 용기 있는 결단에 대해서 다시 한번 국민의 한 사람으로서 감사하게 생각합니다.